Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and I am here to kick off day one of our 100-day challenge, ATH, which stands for Around the House. We're going to be using items for the next 100 days that pretty much everyone probably has or can get their hands on that are around the house. And it's going to be fun. So join in if you wish. Use the hashtag 100daychallengeATH. And if you put things on social media and share your creations, I would love to be able to see it. And if you have a channel and you happen to participate, give me a quick tag because I will be sure to follow you and to go check out all of the things that you are working on as well. We do have some friends that are working and doing this along with us. We have Leslie at Silver Moon Creations, and I don't know, I'm losing my mind. MJ Reyes from My Paper Journey. I believe Kara from Paper Confessions with Kara Mia is participating. And, oh, I'm missing one. That is not good. Hang on. I'm going to look it up. There may be more by the time that this airs, but this was as of the time of this airing. So forgive me if I didn't include you this time. Oh, duh, Carol at A Crinkled Path. My goodness. So, interestingly, day one was index cards. So what I did is, if you click on the description box, which is below, you click on the title and you'll find the description of all the things. I'm going to put these on while I'm thinking about it. You will find a freebie in my Ko-fi. There's a link and it says 100-day challenge is an open collaboration. And it tells you who is participating, and then it tells you where you can get the link to get the list of items for the challenge. Now, I will be telling you every day, okay, tomorrow we're going to work on this. Look at that. I'm all ready to roll. But in case you want the list so you can pre-plan and craft along with me, then you can grab that free on my Ko-fi site. So what I did is I created a list of 100 items. Now, I just generated a list and said, you know, I need 100 items. So I did notice, here's my list. I did notice that some of these are kind of repeatable, so we'll work through that. But like, there was one that said, I don't remember. Ooh, these smell funny. I don't remember, but labels. It was labels and they were listed 2 times. But I was like, okay, well, one time we'll use one kind of label, another time we'll use another kind. And I am exercising my creative right to change if something is an item that I really don't have in my stash. And you can do the same thing. Okay, so we're going to start with simple index cards. These are, what are these, 3x5, I think. A 3x5. Hang on. What are they? Yeah. 3x5. Perfect. You can use any size you want. And if you don't have index cards, you can just use, you know, some plain cardstock paper or something that's a little bit heavier. But this is what we're going to use today. We're also going to use some things that I know in the future will be used. And I'm going to put this aside here. That is, so what you will need, something to make a mess on. You'll need index cards. Something that you can use as a paintbrush. I have a couple different ones here. And if you've got it, some acrylic paint. I just have a few I pulled out. I also have some food coloring. And I have one color of Kool-Aid. It's blue. Here it is. It was called, I don't know, like fruit punch or something like that. But this one just happened to be out, so I just stuck it there. So those are the things that I'm going to use. I tried to think of things that I did have around the house that you may have. The other thing that I grabbed that you could possibly have. These are little baby bottles that I was using for some other projects, and I used to dye. This is Rit dye. And so I thought, well, we'll just play with those and see what happens. So the method to my madness is, I'm just going to show you, these were not created necessarily with any of the items I've got. These are just some I had, and that's where it sparked the idea when I was thinking about, okay, what could I use for this project? So my thought was, let's create some index cards that we can use for later projects to use for our bases. So like that one was just with coffee. If you have spray bottles, that's helpful too, but not necessary. We can deal with it. But these are just some I had that I created as bases a long time ago. And so then my thought is that if we need something or creating something with something else in the future, then we can use these bases or whatever we may decide to create in the future. So that was the method to my madness. And my hope is that through this 100 days, we're going to be, this is especially geared towards, well, if for anyone, but especially for beginners. There were 3 prequel videos about what is junk journaling, tools, and covers. So hopefully by the end of the 100 days, you will have enough information, enough tools, enough pages, enough signatures, and enough embellishments to create an entire journal. That is my hope. So here we go. Enough blabbing. We're just going to go ahead and get started. And before I forget, to some special guests, thank you for joining in and for your comments. Brenda Smith Allen, Northern Country Creations, and Erica Miras. Hello and thank you. So essentially what we're going to do, and I do have, in addition to the tools that I showed you, I do have some tweezers and I do have my heat gun that we might use just for a couple of them to see what they look, so that we can see what they look like when they're dry, because it does look very different once they are dry. And do I need anything else? We got water, we got paintbrushes, we got Kool-Aid. I'm going to put the Kool-Aid over here. We've got all of our other stuff. And I do have a piece of freezer paper to stick all my junk on. Not my junk, my pages. Okay, so this is one, for example, that I used. This is just step 1 with my thing of Kool-Aid. So that's on there. We might add to it. But let's go ahead and start with, let's just start with a spray bottle with Rit dye. Now, if you don't have a spray bottle, you can just simply, you know, mix up some dye, whatever it takes, and, you know, put it on your palette and kind of scrunch it in. But we're just going to kind of do this. And you know what I think is cool is how it does that. One thing I will tell you, I'll just show you really quick, that you could use if you have it. Now, what I'm trying to do as much as possible with these projects, I mean, I will be using some of my crafting tools and resources throughout the time, just so you can see it. But I will try to keep it to mostly things that are around the house. Okay, so that was just some ink, and then I sprayed it with water, and I'm just going to daub it, kind of like that. And this was Rusty Hinge, and I do it on both sides. And we'll just put that aside. We're just going to see how many we get through. The other thing, my intent is that these videos will not be long videos. They'll be fairly short so that you can get the gist. You can play along, do what you wish, and create what you want. And then join me tomorrow for episode, whatever it might be tomorrow, episode 2. This is, you've seen me probably use this before. This is coffee. It is instant coffee. I put it in hot water. Lots of the instant coffee. It looks like I need to refill. But if you have one of these and you have a spray bottle, you know. And these are going to get pretty saturated. So you can use that. You could use the spray bottle with any colors that you want. So now we have 3. Let's just start. Let's mop this up. We'll stick that over there. What do we got? What do we got? I kind of want to use some food coloring because I feel like this is purple. Let's see what happens with the purple. you know, most of you guys probably have that. Now, mine is liquid. Would it be called liquid? Yeah, I guess. Liquid food coloring like this. But if you have the paste kind, you just maybe put a little bit on here and use some water. And I don't think, well, I guess we'll find out, but I don't think we need a whole bunch of, I don't think we need a lot of food coloring. I think we can get a lot out of, this is just a fan brush. You know, if you have paint brushes, use those. And all we're doing is just kind of layering up. We won't be decorating these or anything like that today, but we're just kind of adding layer after layer. And the cool part about it is that you can, I mean, you could even, depending on what kind of paintbrush you have, do something like that. But the great part about it is that you can dribble those things on there. If you don't have a spray bottle, you can do exactly what I did. What I usually do is I put my finger on the bottom and then I do it like this. Let's just use some of the Kool-Aid. Ooh. You know, I really should probably have something up here so it doesn't splatter about, but you know, I'm a risk taker. And depending, you know, you can just hold it there until it kind of drips. You can tap it. You can do this. Anything goes. Let's just do a little more. I'm kind of liking those colors just how they are. I'm just looking. That one's really saturated. I'm going to set that one aside. I'm going to set this one aside. I think we're good. I'm going to we're just going to keep layering things up. Let's add some more blue to this. With not much thought. You know, we're not going crazy. We're just having fun. And that's all that there is to it. Let's see. This one probably doesn't have much on the back. Let's just try this. A few just little lines. And then maybe let's throw that in there. What other colors do I have? Fuchsia. Let's see what this fuchsia does. Ooh. Well, that's interesting. These spray bottles I probably bought online, probably at, I like that, just like that. And then when it's dry, we might want to add something to it. Probably on Amazon. But I know that you can get these similar at like your dollar store. So there is that. All right, I'm just cleaning up that. Let's see. Let's try another color of food coloring. I do know, because I think it's like one of the last things on the list. Maybe day 100. Here, I can tell you. No. Day 99 is food color again. So we're going to have to figure out something else to... You know what? Let's just use some water on this and let's just smush it. We haven't tried that yet, have we? Gloves might be a good thing. I have more videos to do today, and I thought, ooh, that's pretty. Let's do another one of those. I thought, you know, I probably should just put some gloves on because it's going to be a mess if I don't. Okay. We got some green. Ooh, let's do some of that blue. Because I bet that would be cool with it. And I'm just holding this straight up. Well, it's not that cool. It's not. I wanted it to blend in and make a different color green, but it's really not doing that, is it? Well, here's what we can do. Let's just put some of this down and get some of this. And like I said, you do not need very much. Let's see if we get something a little bit different. I'm going to grab a little bit of that. Squeeze it on there. Are you different now? Let's see. Ooh, yes. Look at that color. Pretty. So I'm going to do a few more of these, and then we're going to, well, actually, I'll probably do these two, and then let's dry a couple. So if you're sensitive or you're watching this on your television, you might want to mute it while I am drying. I really like, see, this is all the way back here and it's already getting little dots on it. That's okay. It's art. Mix a little bit more in that. And it's just all about playing. The cool part about, you'll see when we start drying these, that, oops, I just got it on my, should we add this green to here? Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, I'm going to start drying some of these. That when they dry, they get a very different hue to them. And so then you can see them when they're dry. You can add to them. You can change them up. You can add more layers, which we'll be doing a little bit with the paint, and just have fun with it. Okay, I'm going to turn this on. And the other thing I think is cool is I love the way the paper curls when drying. But, you know, I'm easily entertained. I do have my mat underneath here, and so therefore I am drying it, holding it up like this. It also helps dry it faster when you do it this way. Tomorrow, what we will be working on is playing with makeup. That was a little bit of a stretch for me, and I mean, I've used makeup for just a couple of things, but I did grab some additional items, so we're gonna roll with it. I don't know. See the color changing as it dries? And this does get hot, so sometimes I just do it way up here, holding it together. So tweezers are a good thing, or something. But yeah, I don't want to warp my mat, so that's why I'm holding it back like this. Now the bad part is I've got my gloves on, so I can't really tell how dry this is. It's still kind of wettish, but I think it'd be okay. Let's do this one real quick, and then we're going to add some more layers. This one doesn't have quite as much stuff on it. But if you just hold it on there and then just let it do its thing for a while, it's kind of cool. So you can see it. And like the ones I haven't done anything to them. But if you want, you can iron these when you're done to kind of flatten them out. Your preference. Again, these are, we're going kind of back to simple junk journaling with found items. You know, I know I, just like so many of us, love to use digitals, and I love to use my scrapbook paper, but not everybody has that. But we all have junk. Just saving some things from the landfill. All right, that's gonna, whoa. Okay, that'll be good for these two. And we'll double these up with some more stuff, and then we will call this a video, and then you guys can play, and then we will have all kinds of items. All right, so I do have ultrafine glitter paint, glamour dust, and ice crystal. I don't know. I mean, remember I bought a bunch of stuff from, should we just put it on there like this? I don't know. Well, let's see. That is going to be real wet. Oh, here, let's just use this. We'll just kind of drizzle it on there. I don't know when it dries. Maybe we'll have to dry this one. Dry these first. Let's just put a little bit on here. We can put it right on the... Oh, I just broke the lid. Look at I don't know my own strength. But I purchased a bunch of art supplies, including a couple racks of all of this paint. So from an artist, and I don't know. I certainly haven't used it all or often. The neat part about it is, like, you know, you get these. I see that this got stuck in there when I've had it folded up, but all of those people pieces when you're playing with them make beautiful junk to use later too. So save all those things, because I'm sure we probably have, I don't know if paper towels is on there or not, but maybe. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to see what this glittery one looked like. Ooh, that's pretty. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll show you. I'll get close to the camera here. All right, let's see. Now we're just going to add one more. Can you see that? Not really, but it's pretty. Okay, we're just going to add maybe some more splatters, but let's do it in, let's start with black and see what happens. This is just a piece of a wallpaper sample. Ooh, that's kind of mushy. I use these a lot because I have a lot. And they're great because they wipe up and they're easy. Okay, let's... I feel like I need to put something... Well, whoa. Well, I certainly didn't need that much paint. You know what we're going to do? We're going to add some of this to these while they're wet. It is different. See how it bleeds when it's wet? Let's do it on... That's okay. Okay. Oops, I almost put that in the... Let's just use this. Okay, black is done. Shall we try white? Ooh, I have silver too. Silver would be cool on this one. Let's try a little silver. And just use what you got. If you don't have the same colors as I do, that's okay. Use whatever you got handy. I need to really rinse that out good. Okay. Again, I have too much on here. Well, maybe you can see that. I'm going to leave the back like it is. It's okay. Let's do one that's already wet. Or that's still wet, I should say. That's kind of cool. There we go. Very different look. All right, let's get this wiped off. That's so wasteful. Let's see. Now, if all you had was acrylic paint or watercolor paint, works the same way. Just use that. There we go. We'll set that aside. Okay, shall we add a little white? I just want to show you the variations. You could also, if you do have inks, that's the glamour dust. Whoopsie daisy. We want just white. That works as well. I don't know what I was saying. I'm losing my mind. Okay. Might be a good idea to have some wipes available to you. Should we do this? Just very basic, isn't it? Okay, because I got splatters up there. So some wet baby wipes would be a good thing to have. Yeah, see, hang on. I'm just gonna stick, I don't know if you can see this. This is just anti-bac. I'm just gonna stick a little directly on there and then take a fresh wipey. Let's move that out of the way. And boom. So yeah, the other thing is I'm going to try to keep these a little, they're shorter videos. I'll still have and do and use or work on my other projects. But at least for each day, we'll have something that we can do that's very quick that you guys can add to your collection of items as you start in junk journaling. So let's see what we got before we close up for today. That one's just our wipe off one. I don't know why I'm wiping this all off. I could just get a new one, but we got this kind of greeny one. These are still drying, but there we go. And in very short order, we created some fun, and it's really pretty relaxing. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. And until next time, remember to take time to just be. If you got comments, if you got questions about our project today, please don't hesitate to ask. And if you want to get ready for tomorrow, tomorrow is makeup. So grab what you got, and we're going to see what we can create. Thanks, everyone. Take care.